so
we
we're
don't
gonna,
have a
hey guys,
way
we're
to
gonna try to
look.
be
And I
efficient
I
on
like
this,
it.
because we're keeping ourselves here for another hour, it may go a little long, but I'll try to go quick. I think what we can do today is do the low-hanging fruit, the stuff that where we kind of know we can handle quickly. So here's some that I'm gonna suggest we do. One, election commission. I think we can do that one relatively quickly.
Yeah, we can.
Two, county clerk. But I think we can do that one. I think we can do three, the courts. I think we can do,
How about we just
IT.
get started and see if we can get this done?
Well, hold on, because I'm rearranging these. Four, let's do IT. And then five, let's do register, building and codes. And then. Planning can be more.
Not building and codes. I mean, that was very complicated, wasn't it? Wasn't that the one, or was that?
That's
By
my.
changing the
That was
form-
engineering?
by changing-
Matt
no.
wasn't here.
Building and codes.
Matt wasn't here during.
Oh,
Engineering.
okay.
Engineering's
Okay,
fine.
that was different.
Building and codes we can do, engineering is gonna be hard. Let's try to do trustee, I think we can do that. If we can get through all those, that's a good chunk.
I don't want to rush it.
Well, but
Let's do a good
these should
job.
be relatively, I think,
What was that for building?
trustees office.
Do you want to start with the salary?
Okay, so
Or the-
election commission, I took my notes
We did
here,
that last year. You did mine, too.
I took my notes,
Are you starting
and
with,
hold on a second.
do we want to start on the salary sheet? Or the
Are we starting
on salary or
election?
non-salary?
Can we, so you pulling up the election commission?
You wanna start with salaries or non-salaries?
Let's do non-salaries, because I think there's a bunch of stuff that we can just pull right out.
You wanna look at the notes and get us to pop up the notes?
Well, hold on, I have.
Where we
some-
go? Clerk first? What page was that?
Election.
Election.
37.
What
Okay.
page number?
36, 37.
So here's stuff that because we're in the middle of the issue with the TRC, I went ahead and I don't think we're planning on doing, I think, between that and the convenience voting,
No.
since we're already past all that for this year, I think we can bump all that. So here are the things that I think we can immediately, remove. One of the TRC items was.
Janitorial.
Janitorial
Janitorial,
service.
that's page 36.
Can we go in order,
Yes, go in order would be best.
please?
Yes.
We can go top down if we want.
On election, yeah, because she's trying to change it for you.
Yeah. Well, janitorial is the first one we went after.
No, DP services.
What? Oh, right.
She had 50,000 in there.
For convenience voting.
36. She went from 2,500 to 26,000.
No.
I'm on the wrong page.
Go on DP up there.
What,
And she had to
what
fill
page,
her-
what paper page are we
Put
on?
50,000? No.
So,
In data processing services,
Oh, that-
there was
She put
50,000
Oh, down here.
for convenience
Yeah.
voting.
Yeah, so we can
Oh,
strike
yeah,
that.
we can strike that.
We can strike that.
Strike what? Data processing
processing.
services. That's our TRC.
I don't, yes. I don't know how much she had for the janitorial services attributable to TRC.
Well, I mean, just subtract out 2,500, right? That was last year, so.
Yeah, that's all she You needs. subtract 23,572.
So subtract out 23,572.
Let me ask you, you didn't do the data?
Data process.
Okay, you put it back
Just
down to
put it back
990.
to 81,000.
So subtract out the 40,000.
Which is the,
But 89, where'd that 89 come from? So I guess we need to stop. Like,
yeah, this is
first
going
clue,
too
89.
much.
Why
I'm
is that
not,
89 not
Because she
one?
said,
Because
on
us-
her notes, she said 50,000 of it was to do with the convenience voting, so there would be.
So you wanna subtract 50,000?
so what is the other data processing though? Are we gonna leave $8,000 increase? I don't know what it is.
I don't either, that's why I was like,
Wait, where?
on data services.
Data processing
You
services.
just increased about $8,000 over last year, so why is?
Why is there an $8,000?
I don't know.
I mean, she justified 50,000 of it
Well, she
increase.
said 50,000 was for the voting center, so we're removing those.
What is their data processing?
Well, if they have two elections versus the one.
That could
then
make
it's
sense.
Probably gonna go up some.
Okay, so.
So I would-
keep it 8.
I would put that to 89.
Would be my assumption, but I could be wrong, but it thinks.
What's in it? Janitorial, legal?
Yeah, we zeroed out,
we took the legal out?
yep.
We took out the additional.
You
We
put it
took
back
out
where
the
it was.
additional, we took out the additional 40,000 from legal, that was for for convenience voting, and we took out the additional 23,000 or so for janitorial services for the TRC.
And did we take data processing?
Yes, we took that 50,000 out of that.
58.
So,
What about, I guess, the postal charges, I mean, that.
yeah, postal
That needs to be probably brought back down, doesn't it? Because
It
that-
does.
That's just because they're gonna mail out convenience. They're
Correct.
Doing it, so back it back down to 47.
well, it won't be 40, because she, I mean, there's probably a bit of an increase again, because there's 2 elections this year.
Okay, so keep it at 52.
Yeah, so she removed 90,000, brought it down to 52.
Postal charges.
Yeah, postal charges.
So-
Postal charges.
What was that about?
That was for convenience voting.
You gotta mail them out a notice.
So what was the rentals for?
What was that for?
I don't know.
I don't see,
It was probably to move a bunch of stuff to.
I would remove that.
I'll take us back down to 5190.
Yes.
Now, she's got other contracted services, and that was for moving down there.
Well, I don't,
That's
I mean, this is.
36,000.
This is easier to draw.
Did you want to move it to last year?
I would move it to last
Yes,
year.
absolutely.
I don't see why I don't have it as a note of TRC, I mean.
Oh,
she-
I think I know what the rental is. During elections, they rent trucks to take
But it
equipment
wouldn't
to
be
places,
this.
I think.
It
Is it
wouldn't
something
be.
different?
No,
wouldn't
that
come
may
out of
be
that
it,
line.
but it wouldn't be.
That wouldn't
be
Yes,
next
it
year.
would.
I don't
It would be
know.
out of that line, but it wouldn't.
It wouldn't be that
30,000.
much.
No, I think, I'm saying maybe that's what the 5,000 is.
Yeah, so I mean,
Correct.
and so there probably is more needed, but,
So what do you want me to reduce mine to?
so let's double it. Go ahead and double that for
I
in
would-
case for 2
I would feel
elections.
more comfortable knowing exactly what it's.
Well, she can come back and, she's gonna come back and try to justify that.
Well, why don't you just keep it there then?
Keep it at 5190 and then let her,
If it's going to come back to justify.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, we could do that.
I'm for that.
I mean,
What's that
that's fine,
number?
she'll come back, but
Let's see,
we're
they're
gonna
at
need to probably move on
30.
that one. If there are
Well-
2 elections.
Not, she'll come, I'd like to invite them back to
They'll
discuss
have the right
pulling.
to a
They'll-
second
they'll-
hearing
they'll
when we
apply.
tell them what that.
They'll
Got
wants
it.
to
They'll
do.
need, yeah, they'll get notice.
31, 800
Mhm.
minus,
We have to have Judge Oliver in here.
More lawsuits.
minus, oh, you need it to be
I mean, do
5190.
we have to have maybe sit on the vote? I mean, we have to have an agreement here, Steve?
General construction materials.
Nope. Still not done. That is still under, we are still,
No, we got a lot more to go.
The maintenance and
Moving.
repair, she said, was
Hold on.
moved to TRC, the 36,837.
yeah, so move that back to 630 bucks.
That's other contracted services.
Other contracted services.
What is contracted services so under?
I'm looking with my
If we had-
glasses up there and I don't.
Because we don't
need
have
my
lines.
glasses.
If we had
Moving
lines,
services.
if we had lines,
Maybe the new
we could tell.
software will do that for
I
us.
just need to see far
So
away.
there was moving services of
Should we flip the light and
35,000.
you guys can see that screen?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
That was
So
for
you
the
just
TRC.
subtracted out the 35,000?
35,000, that's what they did.
Correct.
That's other contracted
So
services
is
you
that
just
going
worked
back down
on?
to 630? Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's a little bit more than that.
It's
but-
more than that because 35,000 is what she had allotted for moving.
See,
35,000, okay, we'll take 35,000.
That's what she did.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, your next one is that data processing supplies,
it's
right? Like this,
1837.
What did we do about custodial supplies? Nothing?
We didn't do
I mean, that's
anything.
not really increased by like, what, $80?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking.
It's data processing supplies.
Yeah.
But that-
That'll increase because of the
That's
election.
the,
Well, if you look at 23, it's kind of in line with.
Drugs and
23.
medical supplies?
So I think it's probably, it needs to be less.
What are you talking about, the data processing?
Yeah, because if
It's a
you look,
65 for-
look back to
It
23.
was
it's
14.
Yeah,
kind of in
compared to
line.
here,
So 15, I mean, that's, so
that's
probably increasing
probably
the cost of
reasonable.
the
so keep that one in.
I would leave that alone.
Which one?
The
Line-
15,
Data processing supplies.
leave
Leave that
custodial
in.
supplies alone.
Correct.
What kind of drugs are we doing here?
23.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, what is?
Storms
what is- yeah,
like
that was a
Band-Aids and
670%
hand
increase in
sanitizer.
$6,500?
I know they buy quite a
Well,
bit of hand
they
sanitizer
actually-
during the
170%
election.
There are other things, like over in storage, they have wheelchairs and stuff. We gotta be ready for our citizens.
But
So
that's-
there are things.
That's not comparable to 2023,
No,
it's
it's not.
$15.
Like, put it at $1,000.
Put it at 500.
Well, it's 850, I mean, it's not 6,500.
Well, 23 was only $15.
Yeah.
24, 57.
I mean,
22,500.
I don't, it doesn't matter what that much, I was gonna give them a little bit from last year if they did something different, but.
850.
Put it at 850, that's fine, leave it where it was.
It is minus the difference, 56.95. So is this what?
We have no idea.
We don't know.
That's
We
We
have
didn't,
no
we
idea.
didn't,
Well,
we didn't need
that's-
wheelchairs 3 years ago.
What's the next one you come back with?
Food preparation, leave
general
that
construction
alone.
materials.
So, yeah, this thing,
obliterate
Nope.
that.
yeah,
What
gone.
were
It's
we?
completely gone.
Yeah.
Like, take it out.
Is Matt taking it out?
Yeah, you're
Taking
taking
it
out
out.
general control,
Yep.
you're zeroing that out.
Zeroed it out.
All right, let's keep it.
Structural supplies and materials, why is that 5,000? That's, yeah, that needs to come back down. That didn't exist in 23. I mean, why is that even in there? Can we zero that out?
Wait, construction supplies and material?
There's no historical.
Let's zero that out. Can we zero?
Yeah, that was from
Yeah,
TRC, I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know why
TRC,
that,
so-
yeah, that's
So
TRC
zero.
stuff. Yeah, we can, it's TRC.
So zero.
Or, no, was it TRC or
No.
convenience voting?
I wrote-
Either way, it's zeroed.
I wrote question mark in TRC.
It's either way, it's zeroed.
They more than doubled office supplies.
Talking about the
That may have,
60,000.
that may be
But if you look
because,
at
look back
23.
here. Because you compare over here when you're looking at certain things, because you're, it's like for like in terms of how many elections they're running. Some of it is justified, all the stuff with the convenience voting and
So get rid of the
TRC.
general control.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So data processing equipment, like, what is this?
What about the,
I don't know.
Like, I don't,
yeah, that's,
Yeah, that one needs to,
I would go back to the 2023 or give $5,000.
or, 40, yeah, $5,000.
Put it $5,000.
5,000, yeah, like, I don't see any reason.
What was that for data?
Yes.
other, data processing equipment.
Yeah.
I got it.
That doesn't make sense.
That said move to TRC, is what she said, that's what I
Then
wrote.
off,
Then it's back to $5,000.
Furniture and fixtures.
office equipment.
Yeah, the furniture,
10,000%.
fixtures, maintenance equipment, other equipment, I would just zero those out.
Hang on, did we skip?
But I don't understand, I'd like to talk about furniture and fixtures all over the place. Everybody has $3,000 furniture budget every year. What do they need?
Yeah, we zeroed
So both of those were zeroed out?
So
It
that-
varies, some people, are-
You asked me
we've
one
had a
question,
lot
I
of
gave you
people
one
this
answer,
year
I don't know what
replacing
you
So, all right.
chairs.
Zeroed out general construction materials.
So-
Construction supplies.
This one.
What are we looking at?
I don't know what it is.
So what are we looking at? Here's the thing I'm worried about here, though.
Hey Beth, can you go up a little bit?
Sorry.
Did you zero out office equipment?
Yeah, we zero, but here's the thing we need to worry about, like, it's the hours, because remember, they're doing 2. They actually needed more. We need to go back up
To what?
we need to go back, because they asked for, where's your,
What did we do with furniture and fixtures?
You haven't touched these salaries.
yeah, so this is not, so we aren't touching salary
No,
at
we're
all.
still-
Okay, that's
She
fine.
had 5,000 in for TRC, so that's what I removed.
It said what now, I'm sorry?
There's 5,000 for TRC.
Because it was
Then that was
zero.
removed.
So, yeah, we removed it.
It was 0 last year, so we just completely removed it?
We removed the 5,000 that
5,000.
she stated for the TRC.
There's still 2,487 left.
2487.
Is the maintenance equipment, I assume that's all TRC?
That's furniture and
Furniture
fixture.
and fixtures.
There's maintenance equipment, but I don't know what that's for.
I don't know what
Yeah,
that's,
look, it pretty promising.
So if she's buying furniture and fixtures, that's gonna be for TRC?
I don't know why we would need
Shouldn't
it.
the maintenance department have maintenance equipment?
Yeah, I don't know what the maintenance.
I would zero that out.
Some offices buy
It might just be for
like
like
vacuum
office chairs or
cleaners
something.
or some, it's,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, we're getting into some weeds here, but,
Yep,
No, we're not.
without seeing her.
well, we're gonna do this for like 3 months if we go into every $10. What matters is the big stuff, like the 50,000 and the
The
70,000.
little stuff adds up.
Well, it doesn't add up to that much though, so let's keep going.
I care about
Where
it.
do you wanna go?
Where are we at right
I'm
now?
part of this
Which-
committee.
Are we on the maintenance equipment or?
So, well, let's
I
go.
mean-
Yeah, I've gotten old up. I'm with Chrissy. I want to do this. I want to take all the time it requires to get this
I'm
done.
gonna take a vote every hour. So we can either do the votes for like, at some point, we're gonna be dried and not able to think straight.
But this is May, and this doesn't have to be done until August.
So, I mean, we can do what we want here. So do we want to Z it
Well,
out?
the
What do we wanna do?
taxpayers need to
All right,
hear that
zero,
we
zero.
did it
Zero,
right.
zero, go. 0, 0. I'll zero the whole damn thing out. 0, 0.
On these two?
Go, 0, 0. Yep, 0, 0. That's what it was last year.
Which one are we on?
These three right here.
And the
0,
other-
0. Good, good, sweet.
Zero.
On the,
I don't know why we have to rush it.
yeah, there's no rush.
Well, we're
But
making
I
progress.
agree that, okay,
Right, so that, and office equipment, you zeroed that out, right?
Yeah, that's zero, zero.
but for office equipment, I mean, it would be easier if she,
I mean, unless
Well,
you-
that
That
stuff
was,
out separately.
that was for moving filing machines.
oh, the
That's
big
why we
filing
moved it.
machine, yeah, okay.
It was in the wrong object.
Yeah, it says move filing to TRC is what I read.
All right. Let's keep going.
Okay, Matt,
All right, so we're done with,
can we look up at the deputies? Why is that a 23%?
Well, that, you gotta go to the salary sheet.
It's gotta go
We're
salary.
not doing salary right now. I mean-
Yeah, no.
Well, I'll probably do those next, it's kind of.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do that. So we're on the election commission salaries. All right, so.
Oh, you talking about the scale?
It's,
Hey, whatever.
I don't remember her talking about the new position, did she?
For the A4.
She did not. Are we getting a new, as far as I know, did anybody hear her talk about if we were getting, we're not getting a new, I mean, I asked her, we got election day, we got 29, we're not getting another one.
Precinct.
And she
No, I-
wasn't increasing early voting, she was still keeping it the same, she seemed to
So I had the
indicate.
notes I had in here were, she was asking for she had 234. If I were to go back and look at, so she was there at 234, which was like for like 2023.
234.
So 230, yeah. So if you go, because remember, you got to look two back. You got to go 234.
Okay, which line are we? Are you on deputies?
No, I'm right here.
Okay, on this,
for
the workers.
The workers.
The part-time,
Yeah,
the temporary.
so, yeah, so all of the, but same thing for deputies, right? So 279. So this is where we've got to look. Now, I agree with you that I think we should remove that position, that extra position.
But let me,
Yes.
Deputy,
Yeah.
I'd like to speak to the election worker line item, if I may.
Which, are you on page A4 or are you on?
On 36.
Are they removing the new position?
that's what he said.
Yeah, they've removed it.
Page 36.
Yeah, are we good? I don't want to make this unilaterally. Terry and I were both saying we should remove this.
Yeah, sure.
Or at least ask her to support it. I
Well,
mean,
we
maybe
remove
she.
it for now,
yeah.
and then she'll come, same with all this other stuff.
You and Terry agree, that's good for me.
Well, no, I just didn't.
Well, this is big stuff. I'm like, yes.
Well, I just don't recall the reason for it.
Just remove that code.
I'd just like to
Yeah,
have a reason.
I didn't, there was no, because we didn't have any new locations. We didn't, like, what's the rationale? So, I agree. So, I mean, come justify it. I mean, maybe there is.
Court order next time, justify it.
What about this?
So this is in there.
Throwing away the county.
So,
That should be, I actually think that she's below on that one and she messed that up. So 145, I think that's 234. Because,
I've got it written down, it's 277,
well, she asked for 277. I think we go back to 234, give a little bit of a bump, you know.
Oh, I see that.
See, because
Yeah.
go back 2 years, go to 234, but go give like 245.
Election workers, on page 36, election workers. It's 2023 is 234, she was asking for 277, 290.
Yeah, I think we do 245. That's 234 plus, you know, some amount of inflation. It's about 5%.
So with the two, okay.
well, you know,
More like 4%.
it's not like we're giving them a raise. We might just be adding more employees.
Could be.
And then we had, I mean, I don't know what the ability is of the election commission, but we had, like this last election day, we had sites out there. Do y'all know we had 2 election places election day? One at Liberty Creek Middle and one at Liberty Creek High School.
They had to show off their new building.
Yes, that's one of my, I mean, we're budgeting here for 2 locations that were side by side. And we have other locations that there were no traffic at. And I understand that we have to have 1 polling location per district and that we went to 24 districts. If we'd stayed at 12, we'd only been required to have 12 voting day locations. But, I mean, that's another topic, but Liberty Creek High and Liberty Creek Middle School, I don't get it.
Well, what do you wanna do?
All I feel like we're doing is spending money. I don't think there's anything we can do. I don't know. I'm just
All right, so we
saying.
can move on past that, we do 245.
Well, no, we were just talking about, is it more people or more money in their
We don't,
pockets?
I don't know. I don't know.
277 is gonna change.
Well, that's why.
So she
I was
asked for
asking
270.
about- That's why I was asking about deputies.
Now,
Well, so
That's where you go back to the.
now,
she's 279, she asked for 357, like, that's like, that's very different.
That is a lot
That's a
more.
lot different. Like, so I think we do a similar thing, like maybe
How
bring
many
that to.
deputies she have? Do we get a word chart?
They're right there, page
A4.
A4, yeah.
A4, it's in here?
Just 7.
A4.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
all
So
your
she went
tables.
279, so 280, 290, 280 to 290, and then 357. Go to 300. You
Are you on the
know,
main, both of you on these tables?
on deputies.
why don't you delete the yellow there and then put in
If you go to-
300, if that's what you want.
Yes.
Just put one amount.
deputy, I think.
So delete everything, add it.
This was it, we took that 36,000,
I can't do it, I can't make adjustments
Oh.
on that sheet to salary.
Oh, I see.
You can delete it and then put 10,000 just on one deputy's line and then back.
Why does she have
Jessica to be able to
two
see
of
what
each
I've done.
Yeah.
number deputies? She's got one.
I need to be able to see what she does.
She's got 2 2s and 2 3s.
That's why I was asking for the org chart. Do we have an org chart?
Yeah, they do. They do.
There was one this morning.
She did or didn't?
Yeah.
Steve's saying yes, we got it.
We got one? I don't think I got my copy. What's it look like?
That's my copy. That's yours. What was you asking?
I just want to look at the election org chart.
So okay, so what just happened now, so now we're at 305, this makes more sense. So, all right, this makes more sense. So so you went from 290 to 305, that's the 5% COLA only.
Yes.
I mean, look, I know we're in a bit of an argument here with the
Oh,
election
that's what it
commission
looks
on
like.
the
Okay,
location.
thank you.
But I would like to, we're trying to even people out, so do we have, hey, David, do we have anything here that's where we can see?
You want to make it 305?
Well, no, we have it at 305, what I'm asking is, do we have anything like? market
Comparables?
comparisons?
Oh, for election, yes.
For elections, that's where, I mean, maybe they don't need anything, maybe they do. I don't want the worker bees to suffer for the
Hey, no.
things.
See on the org chart.
so the 357, 305.
This
Okay, it says election.
40, 35.
Okay, it has all of your deputies as the average and
Let's see that now.
43,565.
Yeah.
So,
Well, here's my question, are we ready to make this decision?
we're close. I mean, we're relatively
I know.
close here.
39,
And it's
not
highlighted.
taking into consideration the assistant.
Okay, so, I mean, maybe, you could do like 500 across the board here. A little bit more, like,
This has 2 2s, 2 3s, and 1 4, and no 1.
There's a
Yeah.
1,
I know, she's got a 4.
2 2s, 2
It's
3s,
not on
and a
here.
1.
I just interested what happens if you do like
And there's
$750. You don't have to keep it there, just $750
I know.
down the line.
And I can't just do it down the line, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't drag?
Well, I gotta be able to
She's gotta be
see.
able to
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Her,
I'm not saying we're gonna
nose
keep
is-
this,
Don't
guys, I'm
recommend.
just,
Yeah, see, that's
So-
all the people that put her in.
This is
But
additional
we're
750 on
concerned
top
about
of the
everything.
about the 5% COLA in order to get us to market.
And I missed the market. He had the market
It's
number.
like-
It's 43,566.
And we're at like 39.40, so we're a little below. So that gets us to 310, and what's our average now?
40,000.
So we're still a little bit below, but we're
And,
getting close.
I mean, I understand what you're doing, making them at market, and you're going down the list, but the administrative assistant is already, yeah, we need
No, I
to
get it,
move
we
that
can,
one.
we can bump some
She's
others.
No, that's a deputy.
That's the-
It's
That's a deputy.
Yeah.
She's the assistant.
So what you're saying is,
Is that, okay.
I mean,
So that's our deputy.
at the end of the day, what we can
Okay.
do is say, hey, look, we're gonna give, we can sum it all up, but we can give her some amount, and she's gonna end up being able to distribute that, kinda how there's a certain layer where we don't have the ability to like force it. But I don't know, I think we could probably do 1,000 each, and that gets us right at market.
How many people are in this office? Is this all of them?
Yes.
3, 6,
That's
7, 8?
all of the full-time. She has
So
some
full-time
part-time.
8? Full-time 8?
Yeah, I think so, right? Accountant Lori,
7 plus
Seven
Lori.
and herself.
so it's 8 including the director. Yeah.
So I mean, I think we could do 1,000. And that gets us basic, we're slightly under, but comparable.
Slightly under what, man?
Market. Market's 42, 43, and this gets us like close to 41.
41,566 was back in 2023.
So,
I'm
just-
sorry,
43,
so we're still a bit below, but let's stay here for now and just play it out.
And you want that on all of
David, what
them?
you see in market?
It's on this sheet right here.
Oh,
We got copies if you guys want that.
So,
You know what we did with the copies? What is it now? Let's pass those copies.
where are we at? What's our average?
46 people.
40, yeah, we're almost 41,000, so we're a little below market still, but that's,
311 now?
yeah, 312.
You got our
312
If you have somebody
for
been there
salaries.
30 years, they probably increased
What's mine? 312 what?
312,000 here, but that's the total, that's not the increase.
Even to just.
312,061. Sorry.
Give me one over there.
What we got now?
That was the salary thing we've been looking at. That was the 2023 numbers.
What about like overtime, part-time?
No, so that
All
was,
right,
that was yours?
So let's just say this, since everybody's looking at this, let's talk about it. This far right column is the median for all large counties. And then over here on the next one is the top pay, the median for the top pay. So if you have a 30-year employee, they may be somewhere, should be somewhere above the median. It would make sense if they're above that median, if they're closer to that top pay.
So what did you say about the left? I'm sorry.
The far right.
The far right.
If the far right is going to have, it looks, it says medial actual base pay for all these positions, okay? And your far left shows the department and then the position, okay? If you go over like 1, 2, 3 columns, that is the median, which means the middle for the top pay range for that. So if you have a 30-year employee, if they're probably closer to that median for the top pay. Would make sense too. But if they're not even reaching the first, you probably want to aim for at least the median to actual. If that makes sense.
and David,
Did I get made a copy?
so are we good with this one? Are we good for now? I mean, we're still a little below market, but we gave the 5% COLA, then another, probably 3%.
We're looking at some people are above markets.
Some are below, I mean, it's close.
We're getting reduced to the county clerks.
And I think that our comps are not including the generous retirement plan that we have.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too.
Correct.
I mean, so if we're a little, I mean, I'm not,
So, can we address that?
yeah.
We roughly average like 40% in benefits.
it's working out about.
It's 11.39 for retirement.
6.9.
I'm sorry, 6.9. It keeps changing. 7.65 for Social Security, Medicare, and then whatever health and dental.
I think it was about, I thought we were using about a 1.3 wrap rate.
It's probably closer to 1. It's according to what your salaries are, they'll vary. Like those first ones will vary with your salary, but your health, the lower your salary is, the higher.
Well, that's
percentage
true,
of
like
health.
there's only so.
They're fixed amounts, right?
Yeah.
That's why you can't really count a comp rate percent.
So David brought it up earlier. If you're looking at like what Terry's mentioned, like we're doing what other counties don't in paying the retirement. And if we're talking about people just want to see the dollars, and that's an easy way to see the dollars immediately.
I mean, it was a discussion during our sheriff,
I mean,
and,
that's something
and
we
it
can
was
just-
something that, you know, it had interest.
Some of the.
We could be more-
Employees were interested in like doing that, or?
No,
Cash.
Craddock was
No,
willing,
I think the employees
Mr.
were rather happy.
Deputy Craddock said that would, if we moved that to the beginning salaries, it could definitely interest them. I mean, it's a big number,
It's
if we
about-
look at it.
Several of your counties are just like us. Several of them make them pay 5%.
Yeah, some do.
A few have what's called a hybrid. And the Davidson County, for instance, is these monkeys, they got a employee.
But we're paying all of it. We don't make them pay any.
So,
But
I mean,
there's
so
several
the
other
question is that what can we do now, or is,
I just think the easiest thing to do is get close to market, because you know the 5% kind of sways both directions. If you're close, then you've reached the.
I think what he's getting at though, and maybe we do need to consider this, I would argue that we probably need to do it outside of this, like get through this, but
Yes.
what we need to do is decide whether we want to offer an option to like have people take their own. It'll make things more complicated.
TCRS.
Well, we can't, it's
Okay, here's where we're at.
everybody.
TCRS, you have to take TCRS as a requirement
Right.
of employment full-time.
But we pay all of it.
The county can change where new employees have to pay 5%.
Correct.
Not existing.
But I
We
think
can't
what,
change today's people.
correct,
Right.
which is why I think this is done,
I
what
think
you're
it's
really
worth
getting at.
doing, because money's only gonna get harder to come by, not easier to come
Yes.
by.
But,
And everybody always wants more money, and needs more money.
but the 5% goes both directions. Some have it like us, some don't. So I'm saying the bottom, it does affect it a little bit, but not the whole 5%, because some of them is just like us, several of them.
But
There
I
was one or
think
two that didn't.
we could be more competitive when we go to hiring. All of this, we can't fill positions. And instead of offering $23 an hour, we'll be offering $27 an hour.
Yeah.
That's
right.
that's my point.
That's where
And,
you're.
and that's,
exactly where I'm
and that's
coming
when, you know, when we hear, you know, well, you know, Chick-fil-A makes $22 an hour, well, you're kind of making
Is that not a
27.
decision we're able to make right now, or just did we?
No.
No,
Because
no,
it's,
that's.
it only would affect
Affect
new
new.
employees.
But the sooner it's addressed,
But,
It's actually in that.
I mean, is anybody in opposition to that, or is it
I
just
mean,
more time to think about it?
well,
I
it's,
think
it's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
It
and
is a
It has a
huge
lot
thing.
of flow down stuff. I mean, it
But we're
needs to
talking about
be,
new employees, I mean, but it's.
I mean, I think we would need to consider it as its own.
But here's-
This is where the education system has their hybrids and their.
Yeah, the military did the same
They
thing.
did it a long time.
The military, you know, went from,
Yeah, military did that too.
everybody has gone to doing this.
Doing what?
Basically having certain people at a certain point. I mean,
Yeah, what we're talking
suggesting-
about,
The
making
new
this,
employee-
but what we're just getting at is that this is, I mean, this
This
would
isn't
be.
going away. Everybody's gonna keep complaining, we don't have enough for starting pay, well, here's a way we can fix it.
Right, I mean, I think what Terry's saying, and I'm agreeing with, is like, I don't know that we'll be able to tackle this in conjunction with this right now. Like,
And I
'cause
think it also affects the schools too.
yeah, that's true.
yeah, it's the schools too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
They're
lot of
non-certified
people.
that
But
really-
as far as trying to
I think in principle, we
recruit-
agree with it, it's just.
Yeah.
We don't pay them as they pay them as the same.
But if we recruit, if we're looking at recruiting and we're talking about vacant positions,
Yeah.
this makes us more desirable.
Correct.
And we hear it over and over. Mr. Ellis talked about it. Young people don't care. Yeah, and
Well, it's not
that's,
that they don't care.
They
it's
don't
that
see it.
No,
They
it's
know
not
these
that. I mean,
days.
we need to be honest about this. Young people don't see it because they have to go buy a freaking McDonald's hamburger for $7. So like, that's why we say all the time, young people don't care. That's bullshit. They can't afford to live. So anyway,
A lot of times, truly, Matt, they never thought about it.
well, yes and no. I mean, dude, $50,000 ain't $50,000 because of like 15-20% effective inflation year over year, and housing prices costing 3 times what they used to.
I can't tell you how many people I've talked back into working for me because they were gonna go work for an extra buck an hour in Lebanon and
Well, that's-
realized they'd spend $2 or $3 a day.
Well,
on
I get it. I mean, I get it, but that's like, we're getting really philosophical here. But I
Right.
mean,
and
I just hate it when people are like, well, young people don't want. I'm like, no, young people are getting
Well,
screwed.
to bring it back in for us, I was just asking the question, so we're talking about dollars and talking about what can we do to bring that up, if we're talking about competitive pay, because that complaint is
No, I get
not
it.
going to go away.
no.
I agree.
And
It's
we
gonna-
hear
I
it-
agree.
6
Like
months-
in terms of policy, I
Since we
don't.
passed a
Hear it
budget,
every
all,
time.
somebody's gonna be asking for more money in September.
So let's
Bonus.
let's tackle. I just don't think we're going to be able to tackle.
But I just
this.
want to know, when can we tackle it?
Well,
And-
I'll put it on the next budget meeting.
And this
after
is,
after we do this.
this is totally not
I'll do it.
something that affects this, but it affects retention. I saw on another county, How do we pay longevity? Is it one check out, or is it, do we average it over every
It's
paycheck?
one check.
One check, and when do we give it to them on their
Their
anniversary?
anniversary,
Yes.
second payroll on their anniversary month.
So they have to stay here until they get it?
Mhm.
So some counties, for budgeting reasons, I've seen, they budget whether they're gonna pay longevity. There was one out in East Tennessee. I'm not saying we should do away with that. I like that, never mind. I thought if we
pay it,
averaged it.
we do budget the same way based on if it's paid or not. It's right there on your totals. Based on your.
We done with this one?
Yeah.
I think we're done with this one, after all. After I'm up here.
Did we?
So, hey, I do wanna know how much we totally cut off this, though.
What did we end up doing with that big number of, how many, what was the deputies?
Oh,
312-061.
Three.
312.
yeah, 312-061.
All right.
So, how much did we totally save here after we moved all that?
We don't know, cause it went away.
Yeah, it went
Well,
away.
y'all have it.
So, the dollar difference was, we can look at it
Yeah, you
here.
have it, I don't.
Let's look at it here versus what this is, and we'll tell ourselves.
This one,
Let's say that's $500,000.
500,000, all right, that's a good start, good start.
You can look at the front of the general fund, that big number that you're trying to get rid of. That's easy.
Okay, county clerk, that's $500,000, this is a good way to start this. County clerk,
What page are we on for?
hold on. David, what page is county clerk on?
She's on, I'm looking at
Now
A14.
look at this other thing.
She's on A14 for the,
Yeah,
47.
47.
and 47.
Yeah.
All right, so hers actually didn't look, we need to look at her,
she was asking for 11%.
yeah.
And you looked at it earlier when Matt wasn't here.
48,235 is the average medium for all deputy clerks. See, so you got, if you look at this one, it only has one total, which would include your top end and everything. So that's 48,235 would be the top end for a deputy.
Oh, I remember thinking hers was pretty close, wasn't it?
It was close.
Hers is pretty close.
With the 5% or?
With,
No,
with,
with
with
the
both,
six.
both together, with both together. She was under,
Yeah,
she was
so
under.
you wanna just-
Her budget's going up 8%, 8.37%, is that what I see?
Yeah, across the board. I mean, I remember looking at this one. and
Carolyn runs a tight ship.
It's pretty
So
close.
we're pretty good on this
She
one?
does.
We feel
She
good
had
about
I
it?
a
know.
lot of turnover too.
So
Yeah.
would this help her with that turnover, I guess, I think?
I mean, I don't think we mess with this one too much.
So we talked about it, again, before you got here, but it seemed pretty.
It looks,
It's 187,000.
it looks,
And she makes money.
I think we leave this alone.
I do too.
I think we leave
But
it
are
alone.
and back to when are we gonna look at the fee stuff? I mean, Carolyn didn't know how her fees compared to other counties. I mean, we're talking expenses here, but I'm talking revenue. I mean, what does a marriage license cost here, and what does a marriage license cost in Robertson?
We should
County?
actually ask her back that say, hey.
I
look,
did
we're-
ask her that, she didn't know,
Well, no, ask her back.
to come and,
Ask her, say, hey, look, we're gonna.
Can we make a note to have her back?
Ask
so
her,
we
yeah,
know
can we ask her, hey, David, can we do that? Can we,
look at-
we're not gonna
Can we
mess with
ask
it,
her
but we
to
do wanna
research
ask her
the
about
fees?
fees.
Well-
She needs to research that first.
Ask her if you can give her fees compared to everybody else.
Well, to Terry's point, we don't have to approve this for a while. We
Yeah,
can,
no, but most of your fees are set.
yeah, she was,
and I mean, I'm good with these expenditures, I'm just looking for both
yeah, no, I
sides.
get it. I'm with you.
And I just don't wanna miss that.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Who's next?
We are only gonna argue when it comes to furniture.
I was, that's another, I looked at some budget hearing from last year, and somebody said their furniture wasn't sanitary. And I was like,
Oh, we got into
That's
a
what they
huge, we got
said.
into a huge fight over a piece of furniture for the courthouse. All right, so we're good with this one.
Well, there's some discussion over here.
All
okay.
right, so what is
Are we
it?
on the clerk?
An 11% increase is a lot.
Well, I mean, some of that is, some of that's market. I mean, Toby,
Well, you're trying to bring them back to be competitive.
yeah, I mean, some of this is,
Okay, so let's look at them. Which
if we're gonna
ones?
come down some, that's okay. But David,
No.
If you give the county.
Are you talking about the
11%,
postal
you give
charges or
everybody
what?
across the board.
well, no, we don't give, no, because,
There's
not,
a-
because like
That's
the,
not market.
sheriff's deputies already got some last
Some people
year.
may-
If they're already at
And some
work.
people are gonna bring it down because they're asking too much.
Yeah, so, I mean, like it just kind of depends on where the market is.
We'll know where this number's gonna net out tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right.
When we figure out.
That's
Full
right.
pot. let's say.
But how is the deputy cost in the clerk's office? I mean, do we average them all together when we,
Yeah, I mean, he's looking at averages and we're pulling together and Beth's pulling together and then we just do an average. It's the best we can do and then see what the variance kind of looks like. Is there anybody that's like way, way higher and then ask if that person like, if they've been there 20 years, that makes sense. So it's not a
But-
perfect science.
it's a lot. I mean, people are gonna call me and they're gonna be like, county employees got an 11%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're gonna say, and they get 18 holidays this year with election.
but some of these
And they
people
have
are,
benefits.
but some of these people are leaving, they're voting with their feet, like.
You know, people leave every day. People left last year and people left 100 years ago.
When you got, I mean, if it's a little bit,
I'm just saying, this is the taxpayers' money, and they're
I
gonna
know.
say, they're gonna tell me, they're gonna say, I got a 2% raise. And last year I didn't get anything. The year before that, I've never in my life got more than a 3%.
So she had one starting February, 35,360. Very first deputy listed.
and
I agree,
it's
it's-
also different when you're like 11% off of 30,000,
So I know.
30,000 is very different than, I mean, that's how I'll answer if somebody says, I'll be like, oh, you know what, I'll tell them, because I mean, maybe this will lose me a vote, but I'll be like, you wanna go work for 30,000 bucks? No, okay, cool then.
It's $17 an hour.
I mean,
Ah.
I'm
just,
But not everybody can be the executive director either.
I get it.
There's education, there's experience, there's all kinds of things that factor into what level job you are.
I'm trying to be, I mean, at least I'm laying out my rationale, which is, I'm trying to be logically consistent with, we have an objective market view, and I can go back and say, hey, yes, this one was 11, and this one was 2, and this one was 15, because the market has gone crazy
To
over the
support
last
it.
3 years, and I can support that.
And the county has not proportionately kept up.
Correct.
At a department by department level, they have boosted some and not boosted others,
Correct.
just as.
agree.
And there's not been the parity there.
Correct.
That's one thing we said in our last budget cycle. Our goal this year was to try to make people whole.
Correct.
That they collected for the past 8 or 10 years.
Correct. And
On
we
the
want
county
to-
general side.
On the county side, and then we want to do that, we all decided we wanted to do that and look through all these guys first before we determine what we want to give to the school, so I.
Correct, this
Yeah.
is a priority.
So I think
It is.
we said, at least I said, this is, the county employees are the priority this year. And we're being hardcore on the capital stuff, and we were super draconian last year, and this is the year that we're trying to
Bring it up.
Does
Bring
it
it up.
have to be across the board, everybody gets 11%? or
No, we're not. We're just
No.
changing- That's why we're changing department.
No,
by
I'm talking
department.
about each department, it has to be the whole department?
Well, those are just, that's not generally what's happening. They're gonna be kinda all over the place, but those are roll-ups that you're looking at. It's kinda like, yeah, it's gonna be 11%, but some might get 5, some might get 7, some might get 15. Just like we did with Josh
That's what I'm
Sutton
saying, so
last
is
year.
the person that's making the 35,000, what if they decide to give them 2%, and then they give the person that makes, I don't know, 70,
I
whatever?
understand. Is that employee on
That's
line
not-
14 getting that amount of money, or is it getting reallocated somewhere else? And
You're
it's
not
getting
gonna-
reallocated
You're not
somewhere
gonna
else
know
anywhere.
that.
So once we give
We're
them the
not
money,
in
they
on
can do
it.
whatever they want, so the higher level people can keep all the money for themselves.
Well, we're gonna,
Yes and no.
yes, and no.
They can within a line item. So if one of them was director and somebody was here, they cannot take money from this person and move them to director. or
That's
something.
right.
So if they're separate line items.
So we're-
But these are all in the same
And
line.
they're-
These are all the
You got
same.
line items.
But what I do think we should do, at least what I would like to do, is prioritize from the bottom up. So like.
I agree.
Yeah, so like we take care of, and that, so in this particular case, because all these are equivalent line items, there's not much we can do.
That's what these are.
Well-
But if they're director level people are different.
Carolyn's done that, I mean, she's only increasing her own 5%.
Yeah, I
And,
think
and to
she's-
speak to what you're
Well, her-
I don't
saying,
think she would
Chrissy,
do that.
I
think
don't-
she would
I
do
don't-
that.
I don't-
I've started talking to the law office a little bit. I've talked to Mr. Long about the EPA, the Equal, is it Payment Act?
They do.
Oh, yeah, equal pay.
Equal Pay Act.
She normally
And
does first like this.
I'm getting some feedback on where we have to be with that, because we have to make sure we're coming with that. I'm trying to find somebody that can bring it.
The equal pay is only if you're doing it in some discriminatory manner. In other words,
Right.
you're paying
Unless they
males
think
higher
it
than
is.
females or something of that nature. You can pay positions differently, you don't pay positions equally because they're based on training and requirements, but you're talking equal pay, is that the pay's equal, but it's not based on something like sex or age or something of that
Or
nature.
their thought that it was based on
Well, as long as it's not based on it, you're fine.
Yeah.
You document it.
That's my.
That's the equal pay act, yeah.
So, what do we want to do with Carolyn's stuff?
it. I like her stuff.
Do we want to, I'm with you. Do we want to take a vote on it? Is there anybody who has a proposal to shift anything for county clerk? Nothing? So do we want, are we good with it? We take a vote on it? All right. Okay, so let's do courts. Let's do general sessions 1.
Are we voting?
No, I saw
Shall we do one?
north-south with everybody.
I mean, his was pretty,
Honestly, the courts were like super thin.
Hey, Matt, can you have Beth just to make the ones you're working on dating green on that?
Yes,
sheet
will
we're
you
on?
do that?
You go back there real quick, make them a light
Green
green.
for
General
EC and
sessions.
county clerk.
one,
And elections, and,
8:18, and what is the other?
Where does what page are, there we are, general sessions 1.
we don't have that thing where people get in.
Okay, here we go. Like, he asked for, I mean, it was
He
a
asked
total,
for $5,000.
he asked for 30,000, his total is $30,000 difference.
I didn't have a problem with anything he asked. for.
Nothing.
Just leave it.
Not
I would
with
leave
Well,
it.
can we
I
look
say
at
we
it?
leave
We can, sure.
Can we look at it? Because let's make sure that they're at market too.
Well, that's fair. Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
we
need
bumped
more.
up people that haven't asked.
That's
Let's
fair.
look.
Yeah, let's look.
And I heard him. His people
One
hadn't
has
gotten a
been
raise in a long time.
So,
Do you even have that as a comparable?
that's a good point.
What you have to do is just first look at courts or administrative, find somebody that's close to where we're gonna have an ideal. Because they're both labeled administrative assistants, so it's really not gonna be clear.
I mean, we could look also at the other courts, at least within
Yes.
the county. Like, and
What
try to
page are we
get,
on? Anybody have a page number?
Well,
51.
one of them's been there since 1996.
I mean, I get there's some
One's
longevity
been there
thing, but.
since
Yeah,
2022.
his big ones are stuff he doesn't have control over, like social security and like.
How did they get overlooked for so many years without getting a raise?
Well, we're gonna take care of it.
It's always been
Who can sell the best. And, I mean, and it's also like, I mean, you know, this is the nasty thing about politics. If you got more certain people can whip up you know, he's got very few people who work for him. And other people have hundreds that they can. I mean,
Activate.
Activate,
It's like a union.
yeah. So,
like Scotland.
All right, so we're looking at, there's his budget and
This is, okay,
who we
here's
got?
GS1,
Okay, so he has 2 assistants in there.
correct. GS2 also has 2 admin assistants.
I mean, one is, I mean.
So what do we got?
Fairly
Eight?
comparable.
One has been there 2 years longer than the one in GS1, but there's a big
Where's
discrepancy
in that one, but how long has that one been there?
96.
since
Yeah, that's, I mean,
96.
but that makes sense.
This one's been here since 94.
Well, then that
And they
one
make
needs to go.
less?
Then
But
that-
do you know their actual duties is the issue?
That's it, you
I
know?
mean,
They have that's what Terry
Isn't
and I were
this,
talking
isn't
about.
this the one where he was saying that one got paid from, was this the one where one got paid from one grant and the other and then we
No.
switched them? That was different. That was
That's drug-
that was
It's in-
recovery
Yeah,
or,
that-
Correct.
so,
This thing is useful to a small degree, but not completely.
once you get to super granular, like, we don't know those duties exactly.
This is what we did back in 22. You had the survey that was specific to the county and it has rates and
What we could do is give them what he
Yeah, that
wants,
$100
plus like
Hmm?
4,000, and say distribute that. Give them instead of what, like, because it's so small.
I know, and when he said, can you verify, we could do this, can you verify how long it's been since these folks have had a raise? I mean, what'd he say? They hadn't been, oh, you're
Yeah.
right. But we could come back with it.
Yeah, so,
I mean,
You'd have to go pull personnel.
yeah,
I would-
it would
yeah,
take
I
a
would think-
while to do that. I mean, and mine.
I'm good with what they have. I mean, I would be good with bumping them up like to 34,000, say, hey, we're gonna give you an extra 4,000 bucks.
Who are we on the right screen right now?
I'm talking about I'm talking about the.
The numbers.
total, General Sessions 1.
I don't know where your numbers are at.
So,
You mean
No.
like given, okay, so given.
I'm talking about total.
Why don't we just keep it at what he asked us now, because we can't compare.
I mean, that's fine.
And yes,
I'm good with that too.
You're talking about here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roll-ups. I wasn't going like, I wasn't going, and just to say, hey, we're gonna give you some certain amount extra, you can distribute as you see.
So if you guys are good with that, that'd be three completely.
So I would leave that one alone. It's very small. He's asking for $30,000 extra.
You've got that one, drug court, which is grants, and then you have probation.
And drug court is $70,000, but that's grants.
Yeah.
And then probation.
Probation.
Probation's where
Drug
you have
court
one
has
new person with 5,000, but he's raising.
One's grant, or one's non-grant, and there's three. that
What's the
are
one with the
grant.
non-grant?
The first one.
But he-
Recovery drug court.
This one right here?
But he comes from fees for drugs.
Oh, so right here, but he's
Yeah,
saving
that
money.
one's
He's
fees.
saving, he's actually saving money on that one.
That's because of how they
Yeah.
switched those two people.
So,
because we were having to
I
pay
mean,
the remainder.
I don't think we need to do, so I think we don't need to do anything on drug court, anything on recovery,
How
or,
much are we bringing in the new employee
Where are we
for,
at
that's
now?
gonna be our trainer?
hey, hold on, let's come back real quick. So are we good with general
The one that's
sessions?
gonna do
Hey, everybody,
this.
are we good? We're good with general sessions one, so
No,
green that
I
one.
have
Yes.
I have a
What about
question.
probation?
How much are we paying?
That's in CAS.
I mean,
Where
everything,
was it?
everything
Probation
runs
budget.
off.
Oh, in the probation budget,
Probation,
okay.
get it-
All right, so now let's do recovery. So there's one recovery court that is us. It's the first recovery court, and he saved us almost $10,000. I think we can green that one.
Yes.
Green that.
So recovery court, drug court.
So then now we're grubbing, the next,
42%.
the 7, that's 42, but that's grant. That is pure flow through, correct?
Leave it alone.
Yeah, you know, it's still people's money, but I'm good
I
with
mean, we
it.
green that one. Then we have another one, which saves us $10,000. That's a grant one. I think we green that one.
We're talking about probation now?
It all falls under.
We're still on recovery court. Oh, you got it all on recovery?
She's like clicking.
Oh, you
Yeah.
clicked all of them.
So my question was, the person that we're gonna have run the theft school, is that a new position and how much were we paying for
No,
it?
he said they were gonna.
Yeah,
He's gonna
there
promote
is
somebody,
Yeah.
but we needed to backfill.
There is a new
There is a new
position.
position.
And
But it was gonna.
he's gonna put one of his, he's gonna promote one of his people
From
into
40
it.
to 50
Yeah.
He's giving
was
5
gonna
for probation.
pay
We're only-
for.
It's
only
promoting one
30,000
person and
But
hiring the
he
second.
made,
Yeah.
he had savings elsewhere, I
He's
think.
bringing in more fees, he's increasing the fees
Yeah.
25%,
Yeah.
bringing in more.
Going from $40 to $50.
So I think,
Bringing in more fees.
I mean, I'm all happy with that. I just
So I-
wanna work on both sides.
all right.
Get to happy.
So I think we're at general sessions 3.
No,
She's
we
not
hadn't
come
been,
in
she hadn't been
yet.
here yet. General
Oh,
sessions
sorry, so
two.
general sessions 2, my bad.
He's asked for several.
Yeah,
He's on
that's a
probation.
complicated one.
Yeah, we're gonna do an annual.
No, probation, they've already done that.
This is Judge
Are you
Howard.
okay with
So
it?
I wanna
Oh,
see,
It's
yeah.
still under Judge Blank.
I just, yeah, I know, that's what I
Yeah.
said, we're okay. with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
it's, so is he asking for an additional assistant court director? Is that what it requires?
No.
No,
Those are
he's
raises.
asking for
Those are
additional
raises.
funds.
Those are raises.
Oh, yeah, sorry, this is,
These are raises here.
all right.
This is where he was talking about the rent. We're not paying rent anymore.
Is that evaluation day correct?
Say that again?
Yeah, that's right.
On what?
August 19th.
Yeah, that's leave.
So what's the market value
Yes,
on
this
the,
is, yes, this is correct.
can we get a market value?
Yeah. Hey,
David?
David.
That's not Lee. This
Can you
is
market
Lee
value us?
Up here.
Oh, okay.
This one's Lee.
That's
All
what?
of them are lawyers except
Huh,
for,
Lee's.
Lazy.
well, I know Lee's one.
That top one is not an attorney or anything.
So I mean, that's a big adjustment.
That's a huge.
That's a big adjustment. I'm
And
gonna-
then next year, we're gonna put more money on top of that
Yeah, we
total.
we need to look at that one. We need to look at those first two. And I get, the second one's a lawyer, right? I mean, so I kind of,
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
she's the one that tries cases.
That's a
She's,
magistrate.
she's
so
been
what,
here,
so what, okay, so what is like a court service director? Do we have anything equivalent there? Which one
What's
are we
our
doing?
attorney
Like
make?
a-
What's our assistant
How many
make?
people work for Lee? One or two?
Well, we hadn't decided that yet.
I know.
So-
But look, here we got
She's been
131
here
right here.
for 30 years.
What about,
I mean-
what about
I
that
mean, it's a good
magistrate?
comparison.
It's a good
The
comparison.
magistrate is a
So let's-
lawyer and she drives
Say
cases.
both of them like 115.
So we're always at general.
We're on juvenile court right now?
you know.
Yeah.
that these two
What's he
are-
at right now?
Like 89.
Oh, yeah. Let's do 115 for both of them. Let's
They
put
do,
these
all right,
together.
all right, I like that idea.
We can look at the 22.
So go ahead, Terry, I like
With
that
the,
idea.
with the magistrate here, if you notice, line 9, with the bump there, what I was just pointing out is we have a lawyer there that we're looking at a proposal of 131,000. We have a staff lawyer here that goes to trial for us, that we have at 89,000 right now.
Yeah, well,
So I'd like to-
his boss is asked.
So we're,
So, yeah.
let's put them both to 115. So,
Okay, I mean, that's fair.
yeah, so 115 here, so that takes,
Do we have any
How
more
much-
lawyer
The
type
assistant,
people?
the assistant court director is a lawyer too.
Where you at?
That's Alan.
So, but he
Which
doesn't-
number?
He don't try cases right here.
No, I've not.
yeah, I mean, you could, going to court gets a premium.
Assistant court.
So what did he ask, what did the director ask for you?
Just go over and hit all two.
For you?
Dave, you get over there.
Hold on.
I think it's like 119,
So, okay,
and the 119 was slightly below the last market.
so I think.
Well, do you wanna make them
115. We'll take a
119?
little haircut off with it. Let's
Oh,
do
take a
one- Let's do
haircut?
115 for both. Nice round number. You can kick me for $4,000 difference. I say it to everybody's face, you know, there you go. Well, you are under, and that person's under, but not as much under as they wanna make it there.
What'd you make it?
So,
115 even,
115.
yeah, so it's a bit of a haircut.
Both of them?
yes.
For the court service manager and the magistrate. so-
First one, I'm not sure how many
Changes
she
with it.
supervised or anything.
Yeah, do we have a, I mean,
We may have the 22, I would have found
I think that goes to 95.
What about
It was
the,
Steve.
99.
what about the assistant court
Oh,
director?
those two.
33,000.
Yeah, he is an attorney.
Well,
So the court service.
but is he going to court?
No, I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. Do you, Ben? I don't know what he
It's
does
a big
exactly.
raise.
What's the name of this
I
particular?
mean, I felt bad giving, I gave Craddock a
What's it called?
$25,000 raise last year, and I thought that was outrageous.
Oh, we did the
I
ones
don't
we
know
gave the
what it's
biggest
called
for
in
Josh.
that.
So
The assistant court director is one of 33,000.
What is her,
I
what
think
is her court
we bring
service?
that-
Lieutenant,
Okay, court service director was a level 10
okay.
last time we were here, and I won't try to see what's the level 10.
Where are you
level-
lining that up
A
at?
level 10 is like a chief deputy. I'm looking
that-
at the 22 salary survey for the actual county.
Line 24, is it that,
No, that
that
very
position?
top person.
That top
The
court
top
person.
person, okay, thank
And that'll
you.
also give us something about the assistant director.
Yes,
It gives
thank
us-
you,
Give
yeah.
us something.
Basically, what they have it compared to down here in the salary survey is like a foreman at the highway department.
Which is,
About $70,000.
it's gonna be more than that because of a law degree.
That's not.
No, she don't law degree.
So, I mean, she's already, yeah, that's not,
She's been there a really long time, but
I
Like
think,
the general session's 2 secretaries and 9, this one's a
Go to-
10.
We wanted them both to have a $27,000 raise.
yeah, that's too, let's,
a
I mean,
lot.
go to like maybe 90,000. Go to 90,000 and see what happens. So, it's like minus 13,628.
I know who you're talking about, I ain't never seen
90,000?
it.
Yeah.
I know where the court system, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there you
Something, that's not right.
It's
Oh,
90,000.
that's right, yeah, okay.
go.
So, I mean, that's still a 13, that's still $1,000 a month. That's $1,000 a month.
They have her on the same
Maybe
level
85.
as the Hendersonville and Gallatin library directors.
Yeah, 85.
And they're only making about 56%.
Yeah, well, we're gonna try to bump them a little, I think, but not, I mean, still. Some of that though is market, right? I mean,
Chief deputy and the trustees on the same level, that's a good one to compare to. too.
Hey, Matt, he
Yeah.
was asking for 119,378 for Steve.
yeah, so we moved him, I mean, we put them both at 115 because they're at trial.
Well, do we even know who the other attorney is?
No.
It was Alan Hickey, he was.
yeah, that's the other attorney right there.
Oh, so he's been hired already?
He's been here for a while.
Yeah, I mean, then they go to court,
He's been here
Okay.
since he's been here since 19.
6
now.
years, yeah.
so.
It's 530.
Okay, but he was at 72.
No.
You took him to 115.
66.
Steve was at
66.
75.
No, different.
That's the top one up here, the
we
major.
were talking about the one who is at 99.
One here.
This one down here is the
That's like a 50% raise.
That's a lot.
That's not.
Yeah.
Did he give any reason for this?
No.
Let me see if Mr. Hickey.
I mean, was it just that we're no longer paying rent?
That's
I
always,
mean,
is
He's trying to
assistant
break
court
it.
director,
so,
So which one did we change to 115?
Both of them.
the magistrate.
We already gave Cole,
Court
what's
service
6%?
Magistrate.
Assistant court
At the top.
director was labeled as a
Service
9 on the
director.
last study.
like this one, like, just to be fair here, like this one, we went up higher, cause they, like, if we're arguing that people who have a law degree and are actively practicing in
Go down
court,
there.
like that's a premium. So that one, I feel like even though that's a lot more than 6%, I understand.
Assistant court director
This
was a
one,
9 on
we're
the-
trying to, it's above, but we looked at who is like a level 10, level 11. It was around 75,000. We went a premium a little above that and went to 85, but, I mean, not even, I mean, we cut 3/4 off of what he was asking for like 24,000 there.
27.
27.
Here's your one to compare to. This position was labeled as a level 9 about what it was required to have.
Those top two are about
The chief
11%.
deputy in the register of deeds is also level 9, so that's kind of gives you an idea.
So how much for that?
I don't know, that's what we said.
Was it around
Yeah.
70,000?
But they've been here quite a while.
Long time.
More than that.
They've been here like in the 80s, but they've been here quite a while.
Not the
What does the job pay?
chief deputy and register of
No,
deeds.
she's been there for like a
79.
year.
So, okay, then I mean, I'm good
23.
with like
79.
80,000, 79, 80. That makes sense. That's comparable. At least we're internally consistent.
Yeah, because that's, I'm not saying nothing's changed, but he was a 9 at the time.
That's what the objective.
So,
That's the best we've got.
So minus
so 79, what?
79.
Was it?
I think it's a gimme.
79.5. I mean, it's close.
79, 500 minus 66, 994. So that's what you need to add.
No, I need to know what I need to subtract.
Oh, so it's
What are
103
you
minus
getting him to?
79.5.
The assistant court director too?
90,000.
But you guys are over there like, this is ridiculous.
I don't know, they're going from 66 to 90?
You're throwing stuff
No,
around.
no, 79.
No, it's.
It's going to 79.
No, we're not. We're looking internally, like to be internally consistent. So we're going after like,
So the 79 came from that David's chart queued it up to be like the deputy in deeds.
and so we
were
went over to
comparing them
deeds
back.
and said, what is the register, what is the deputy in deeds? Very
Make it-
quickly. That's what we're doing.
5 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
So we just came from 33 down to 9.
Down to 9.
Which is,
Like
maybe 13%.
like a 13, but I mean, it's kind of funny, right? These are all coming out to between 10 and 13%, which they're close to that 11. So, okay.
Being more judicious.
All right. Intake office supervisor. I mean, that doesn't seem crazy.
Where? Oh,
Right here,
intake.
right here. I mean, this one's going way up, but, because I mean, I mean, they were equivalent, right? I mean, you got an officer and then this is a supervisor, so I get that. I mean, that might be a little bit high, but. Or how much have we saved on this one? Probably
We've
what,
already saved at least probably close to the
80,000?
salary. Close, his total, subtotal was 41,306, but that, that was
Now
minus a lot
we're,
of stuff.
so what do we,
We've captured almost like
I
the,
don't know
I
when
don't
you
know what you
started.
started at.
he stayed, what was it?
well, I'm looking over here on page 53, it was 41,306, because we were removing $120,000 of juvenile court-based stuff, and basically, adding 41,000. I mean, he just took that money and put it in other buckets. And so-
No, I get it.
Increased it by- So really, it was,
70,000.
We dropped about $70,000.
Yeah,
All right,
probably.
okay.
How much?
70,000.
How much is our rent at the juvenile place?
It
I'm
was
just curious.
100,000.
209,
But that's still a
11
increase.
this year.
only overall budget
And,
cuts.
and is it here? Is it in here now?
It was taken
or-
Yes.
out. Well, it was, but we was taken out this year.
We just took it out, or? I'm at the wrong place, okay, on this page.
Hey, Matt, you may want to look at housing for juveniles, it's way over budget.
Rental,
All right, let's look.
It's got 350,000.
and there it's gone, okay.
Beth, can you go to the juvenile, the house for the housing for juvenile line item on the regular budget? When I made Brian, I had you make Brian read it. It's under, the clerk of master.
Yeah, there it is.
Are we still in general assistance too, or are we at?
Juvenile.
But there it is. If you look at this is where we pay to house juveniles in
Oh, yeah, you
other
mentioned
places. If you look, that's been the expense, 78, 48, and we think maybe 100 this year.
Let's do 100. Put it to 100.
We
That's
can
one
monitor
that we
it.
could always, if we need to fix it later, we can. Let's do
Yes.
100. Yeah. All right, so
Maybe
that's
there's
extra
something
50.
that we need to ask in that, because as costs go up, I mean, really, we're renting a spot for the juveniles to go. Or is there cost going, maybe we don't know, and they got a price increase
That's the
coming.
same cost as, I mean, it may go up, what I'm saying.
Maybe we got a
is-
new contract.
This 100 is estimated high.
Very
Is
high,
it?
very
Okay.
high.
Well, they'll come from-
These are actuals over here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna vote for more time, because it's been an hour and 10
We
minutes.
can, we're close though.
Close to,
So we
where?
got IT,
I say those
buildings
go
and
to another
codes,
day.
and trustee. We can pick off IT. Do we want to pick off IT? That was easy.
We'll need to vote for more
All right, we'll
time.
vote for more time. Do we want to vote for 30 more minutes to pick off IT and potentially building and codes? Aye.
Aye.
1, 2, 3. Who's gonna be?
This is-
Are we gonna get outvoted? No. 1, 2,
No,
3. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No. It's a
tiebreaker.
All right, tiebreaker. Tiebreaker. Okay, you guys, y'all are tiebreaker. Y'all
I'm
make the
not
call.
they need, these, let me just
All right,
like,
actually, it fails.
Actually-
IT, I mean,
It fails.
actually,
Just
I
do
wanna
it.
make
Just
it.
do
I will do
These
IT.
All right, just
guys-
IT.
These are
Just
employees,
do
and they
IT.
got to mow their lawns.
Let me
Oh,
point
it's
out-
too late for me to mow mine.
All
I
right.
mean, we're holding
Let me
them.
point out one thing about
They got
IT.
lives
we're not gonna do
too.
IT or not?
He meant to ask for the additional 6, is what he.
Then we need to hold off on IT.
He put,
Okay.
He meant
All right.
that, he did. in
Well,
his
we need to
email.
hold off on
It just
IT.
wasn't.
Well, he just meant to do the 6% and the COLA just like everybody else.
Was that all he asked for?
Yes.
Is that's, wait. So
That's all,
all,
no, he sent me an email and he did.
we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll do it tomorrow. All right, motion to adjourn. Anyone want to
So
get that?
moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right. I was complaining about being here.
takes me 2 hours to mow.
I know.
You got your
Well, I
You
just-
got so good.
I just want,
No, cause it'll be after 8.
6:15, 6:30 before I
Bye,
get
Bob.
started.
Got your
I'll be
socks
mowing
in.
in the
Hey,
dark.
Beth.
I'll be home till 6 in
you
the
see,
morning.
you see Bob running out here, he has something to do. This isn't right, we can't just keep adding.
These
I
are
told my wife I'll be
each-
home late Sunday.
Did she not pay those?
Last year, we stayed a lot longer.
She said she was gonna pay him with the 9 a.m.
Really?
Why does she not go pay it now since it's back in arrears?
During, we didn't get to this part of it until like
Do you want us to get here
We
at
were still
7:30
going.
again?
Remember?
Are we,
No, we went through, then we came back and it was 2
No or yes?
I know there was a line item for opiates. Are we gonna talk to Dustin? Cause I have a thing for Dustin.
sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 2 more.
A different thing. Is he gonna be around? I never have any time.
He's around, but
He's gone now.
We knocked
Yeah,
off
he's
$700.
not
Hey, listen, we knocked off $750,000 though. That was,
Is this turned off?
you know, we need to cut
No.
we need to cut probably 4.
Stop.
I mean,
No.
Can you push stop there?
Sorry, I was listening to it.